coalition government has committed to providing safe spaces with the necessary amenities for the nation's future leaders and elderly. On this InfoHub Extended, we take a look at the Department of Sport's Ground Enhancement project and how it has benefited residents and athletes across the country.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Over the past 4 years, 674 community grounds across the country have been rehabilitated and established under the Department of Sport's Ground Enhancement project, costing $500 million. A total of $38 million was also spent to procure the lights and supplies for various grounds between 2018 and 2019. Director of Sport Christopher Jones said that for 2019, the department has been able to commission 70 community grounds. This, he added, could have only been achieved through the assistance of residents in the respective communities. While the department's initial goal was to simply upgrade the grounds and provide the necessary facilities for local athletes, Jones said there was a noticeable increase in the establishment of sports clubs, a direction envisaged by the government in their efforts to provide opportunities for the nation's future leaders to become well-rounded individuals.
It is in keeping with the mandate or the Sports Commission Act, which spoke to creating an enabling environment for the advancement of sports. And there are also spin-off benefits for that, because we've noted in communities where we've installed lights at the various grounds, outside of the athletes and in the varying disciplines.
According to Jones, when the coalition government entered office in 2015, while the project existed, there was no evidence of monies spent to develop community grounds across the country.
Essentially, when we took charge, the ground enhancement program was there. But what was found is that large sums of monies would have been sent to various communities and regions and so forth. But on the ground, you could not see physical evidence of those expenditures. So what we did differently, essentially, is coordinate the disbursements of those monies with the NDCs, or in the absence of those, the community council or the RDC. So we started those disbursements, but with a view that we weren't only doing just a fence and so forth, but the complete ground. So you saw areas in which the fencing was done, the rehabilitation to the playing space was done, and the installation of lights.
This approach has definitely resulted in many positive spin-offs, a significant shift for the department. According to the sport director, government will continue in its efforts with intense focus on ensuring the initiative benefits residents and athletes alike. Moving forward, the department is also looking to purchase more energy-saving lamps for its Light It Up campaign.
Recognizing that Guyana is going green, many parts have already gone green. We're still trying to source cheap energy-saver lights that would have sufficient lumage to light the ground.
Once the department has secured such, steps will be taken to install the lights at all of the community grounds. One of the many positive impacts coming out of this approach since its commencement is the creation of job opportunities. Thus far, the department has been able to secure the services of more than 300 trainers to meet its mandate for improving and increasing the number of sport disciplines across the country.
The ultimate objective is not to hire coaches that reside in Georgetown, that have to travel to an outlying region to provide training. Essentially, is to hire those persons in the respective regions so they are resident there and they will be able to conduct the training programs there.
While the placement is temporary, the trainers receive stipends, travel allowances, and accommodation, among other things. He said his department hosted numerous Train the Trainers workshops to ensure persons with the requisite skills were hired to work in their respective regions. The Central Maikoni Community Center ground in Region 5 recently benefited from upgrades. Now equipped with 10 brand new 1,000-watt lamps, the ground has joined the long list of community grounds, much to the delight of residents. This initiative, of course, could not have been possible without the collaborative effort between the Sports Commission and Youth Go, an organization created by the young people of the community working to develop the area.
But essentially what we're doing here is in keeping with the APNU AFC's manifesto, which stated sports for all. And throughout the length and breadth of the country, rehabilitation has been ongoing in several grounds across. And we will continue to provide these services to you. This is just the start. There's lots more to be done.
Thaddeus Kanai, a resident of Central Maikoni for more than 20 years, said that he often missed the opportunity to enjoy a game or two of basketball.
But now that the lights are here, finally, thank you to the coalition government, we could enjoy a nice sweat in the evening when we come home.
I've been living in this community for 34 years now. Right now I'm elated, I'm overjoyed. We have been asking for this lights for a very long time. And now our call has been answered. Thanks to the government of the day, they have delivered on the promise.
At this moment, the department is working very close to home with its ongoing works at the St. Stephen's Street Playground to restore it to its former glory. For 2 decades, residents, including children, were unable to enjoy themselves and practice healthy habits at the playground due to its deplorable state. This all changed in October 2019, following a collaborative effort between the department and the Mayor and City Council, MNCC. Councillor of Constituency 10, David Alicock.
That ground has been in existence since time immemorial, but it was out of commission in excess of 2 decades and was only recently resuscitated by virtue of works that was done to it. Almost right off the bat, I have to give thanks not just to the government of Guyana, APNU plus AFC, but I have to give thanks to the Department of Youth and Sport, especially the director himself, Mr. Christopher Jones, who was instrumental in fitting us and co-opting us, and when I use the word us, I'm speaking about the City Council, the Mayor and City Council, under the ground enhancement program that facilitated the amount of resuscitation and repairs that were necessary to get that ground back up to scratch again.
Thus far, the department has been able to fence the eastern side of the area, grade the ground, and install gates. This, Alicock said, will help to prevent animals and vagrants from entering. He added that though it is just phase 1 of the council's plans, it is already benefiting the community.
For the first time in decades, school sports has returned to that venue. Pee Wee football has returned to that venue. The residents of Constituency 10, Albaistown, Charlestown, now have a community center ground they can call their own and their home once again. In fact, St. Stephen's School is also using that for PE on a regular basis because it's right opposite them.
Phase 2 is set to commence in 2020, which entails the establishment of proper sanitary blocks, bleachers, security hut, among other features. Alicock said that a back gate will also be constructed to facilitate commercial activities. The sport department is also in the process of refining its existing national sports database. It means they can now better account for the achievements of various athletes across the country. According to Jones, the idea was to ensure that youths become well-rounded individuals. The database features athletes in various disciplines, monitors their training and their developments, as well as provide information on coaches. Networking company GY Direct was responsible for setting up the database at a cost of some $2.8 million.
This has been InfoHub Extended. Thanks for watching. Goodbye now.
Are you ready to embark on on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape. From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.